Mini Jake, the tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Kevin and I are back for Survivor 48, episode 11, and this is the episode where Kevin and I are going to defend Survivor 48.
This is
Wow.
the public has turned on this so severely. Like, it is crazy to me, and I do not understand it at all. Like, I don't get it. I understand that this is not the most like exciting season, right? Like, it's not the most like twists and turns and power shifts, right? Like, I get that, but I don't understand what you hate about it. I don't like people saying this is the worst season of the new era. 46 is right there. 43 is right there. 41 is right there. Like, what?
Yeah.
People keep complaining about the editing. This is such a weird edit. This season is edited so weirdly. And I'm like, this season is edited amazingly. We have had multiple unanimous votes. It has happened several times. And I'm sitting like on the edge of my seat when those happen, because there's a chance that they show those votes and then the rest of the votes are for the other person, right? Like, it really, like, and I think that that's amazing editing. If they can take unanimous votes and make it seem to us like there's a chance something else is going to happen, I think that's great editing. And even Kelly Wentworth. I understand the casuals, right? The casuals don't get it. They just want blindside after blindside after blindside.
Yeah.
Kelly Wentworth, you played this game 3 times, right? And she's complaining that like we don't understand like why Mitch is so close to like Mitch isn't so close to them. Mitch knows that he has no choice.
Yeah. Yeah, because like some of the comments, you know, you and I were arguing this morning about why 48 is not the worst New Era season
Right.
on a comment thread, and just like the argument was, yeah, the edit is terrible. I just don't see that. I don't. Also, some of the things
Genuinely,
like,
and you can go back and you can rewatch all of the old. I've been saying this all season. Like, I think this is a great edit. I think that we have multiple people who can win. Like, I think it's amazing.
yeah, well, like the argument of like, oh, because I brought up, okay, Star is a really erratic player, which the show has shown that she's gone off looking for idols in plain sight with everybody watching her doing it, and she hasn't really strategized. And all of a sudden, I get the argument of, how could you say Star is erratic? Because I'm watching the show. Like, what?
In her confessional, she's rapping out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, and you like, even in her confessionals, she's like doing crazy. I love Star. I want to make this clear. I love Star. Star is great. Like, I called her my rising star, my shooting star. Right? I love Star. Star was like never on the same page as these people, and like from the very beginning, in the very first episode, she got caught very openly looking for idols, right? Like, and she's like giving her idol that she finally opened. She gave it to Eva, like just gave it to her in front of everyone. Like,
yeah. And you're gonna tell me this person was playing the game from the like. I don't understand how people can say Star was playing strategically at all, wasn't playing erratically. Like, I don't think you were watching the same show that we were.
Right. And like they keep saying that they're not, and I'm like, but how did you not see it? Because I saw it.
Yeah.
And like,
so
I really,
confusing.
I think that they have to like be believing the like obvious lie narrative, right? Like when they saw the clip of it's gonna be 4v4, they're like, yeah, it is 4v4. But like, I don't understand how they think it's 4v4. How was it 4v4 last week? It was never 4v4 last week. It was always like Camilla was never with those other three. So like, I don't understand. Like, I think that they think that like one of the chats I'm in, they're chanting rocks, rocks. Camilla was never going to rocks. Like that was, and like I see this, you see this. I don't understand how they don't see this.
Yeah.
Like,
also, just like the fact that they have claiming they haven't shown anybody else talking about their games besides the duos. It's like Ron, Mitch said that he wasn't voting with Mary and Star because they voted for him. It was explicitly stated in the show why Mitch wasn't doing that. Shaheen has openly talked about his game.
Shaheen's talked about his game at length. Mary has talked about her game a ton. Talked about her game. Like, what are you talking about? Even Chrissy talked about the game so many times. Like, that's what got her in trouble. Like, what are you talking?
They want to peddle the narrative of like, okay, Eva and Joe and Kyle and Camilla, like they're all just running the game, and so this is bad Survivor. And to me, it's just fitting whatever narrative they want to fit, and they're kind of just making up things. So if this is you, then yes, we are calling you out because I think you're coming up with stuff that is just not accurate.
Right. I don't think that you are really like thinking about the people as players who are playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? Like each episode is like 2 days, cut down into 90 minutes. And like, you have to fill in the blanks of like, what is this person thinking? They gave us this much. We know they're thinking this much. They gave us this much to give us an idea. So what is what are they thinking, right? Like, because they can't show each individual person's 2 days worth of footage, right? So they give us this much of it. And we, from there, can extrapolate. Like I said, oh yeah. How many times have Camilla and Kyle said that they're each other's number ones? And yet, and that people don't see that.
Yeah. And just the fact of like, oh, you know, this David and Mary relationship came out of nowhere. From my understanding from reading like David's exit interview, it sounded like it was a spur of the moment type of thing on that swap tribe of like, okay, they kind of just came together and Mary just kind of came up to David and was like, hey, want to work together? And David was like, oh, okay. David even said, I think Mary was like number 6 in their alliance. It wasn't actually like, I guess she wasn't actually his number 1 for a while.
Right. Like she was just someone he wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
To their, which like, that's another thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, we knew that this alliance was going to be in a position to do exactly this when they didn't go in the double, right? Like when Cedric and Say went, we knew that this big controlling group was going to be in a position to do this.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting to see how they navigate that. And I think it will be interesting, whoever gets to the end, how they argue that, right? Like maybe I just like the social experiment of it all, right? Like that, like each season can be different and you put different people to get, like you play the game that's in front of you, right? Like you don't just decide, I want to play Blindsides the game, right? Like you play what's in front of you. And sometimes what's in front of you is stay loyal to my group for a long time. Like this week, Kyle, I would have loved, and I think in some ways it does make sense for Kyle and Camilla to have turned here and work with Mary and Mitch. There is like, yes, I think that there is a part of that makes sense, but there's also a part of it that doesn't, because they are 2 votes. So now if they put themselves in a group of 5 or 6, right? Because is Shaheen in that group or not, right? Like, you put yourself in a group of 5 or 6. We're now, you're just 2, and you're pretty clearly a duo at that point. Like, you've kind of outed yourselves. Like, that's not a good position to be in either. So I understand the want for it. I wanted it to happen. Like, listen, I mean this in like in a fun way for Eva. Eva is so confident. She's so confident. And I just, I like when I'm watching Survivor and I watch those people take a hit, right? So like, yeah, of course, I want to see that happen. But I think it's interesting to watch other people have to play, right? Like, they know Eva's overconfident. They know she has advantages. And so, like, what do they do with that? And I think it's interesting to sit on the edge of my seat and, like, watch. And, like, to watch how Kyle and Camilla, like, figure this out. To watch how Shaheen has to know. Like, he even started to hint at it that, like, he can't go with the 2 of them. He loses to the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's 100% true. But, like, you know, like, maybe they split the vote that goes to the 2 of them. And, like, there's all sorts of things. That I'm not 100% convinced that, like, it's a slam dunk if anyone's sitting with them. I think it is very, very likely. But, like, I don't know. Like, that, again, could be editing. But, like, watching Shaheen and Kyle, like, kind of struggle with, when do I make the move? When do I make the flip? Because if you do it too soon, you expose yourself, and now you're at risk. Like, right now, they're very protected because they're part of this majority alliance. So is it time yet? And like, I am like eyes glued to the TV waiting to find out if it was time for them or not yet. I think it's super interesting.
Right. Well, we've both been there. We've both played Vanquish and other orgs, and like we've both been in the situation of, do we make a move now or do we just stick with this majority and not risk, you know, outing ourselves, you know?
Right.
So we've both been there, and we've both taken our alliances like pretty much to the end. So.
Right. Like, and like, that's like, people said the same thing. I don't know. When the season 8 of Vanquish that I played, when there was 4 of us, it was 4v7, right? And I like dragged my alliance to the end, right? Like, there was people who thought that was boring, but like, I think that's interesting to get an alliance of 4, a group of 11 to be the final 4, right? Like,
Exactly.
I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting to like. I think it's interesting to watch a big group like self-destruct. Like there are things about like I don't know. I like many aspects of Survivor. I don't just like blindsides. So I really like this season.
Yeah, well, and like for me, Nicole and I cobbled together this little group of misfits that somehow took control of the entire game. Like,
Exactly. Like, yes, these like, and people keep going on about the honesty and integrity. Like, I really think the only one who was like, honesty and integrity is the way we're going to do this. I think the only one who was actually like that was David. Like, I like, Eva is just a very honest person. She's not really good at lying. She's not good at detecting lies in other people. So she surrounded herself with other people who don't lie very often, right? So like, which is smart on her part. That is very good playing on her part, which like no one gives her credit for. They just assume that the game is rigged for her. I think she's brilliant. But like, she is honest because she is a very honest person. She is not honest because she has decided that loyalty and honesty and integrity are the greatest attributes in a person, and that's what should always be on Survivor, and they wish that was on Survivor every season. Like, it's because that's who she is, right? And like, because she has Joe, who now is super loyal to her because of everything that they've been through together, right? Now you've got 2 people who are like this. Then you had David, who is like this. And you start to have this group that's forming that's like, yeah, honesty, yeah, integrity, yeah. And like, Kyle goes along, like they go along with it because you're going to be the one to say no? Look what happened to Chrissy when she said no. She got voted out. So of course you don't say no. You go along with the narrative. Like, and it's not like a crazy cult like in South Pacific, right? Like they're not sitting around doing honesty and integrity prayer circles. Like, right? Like they're Like, that's just the thing that some of them said, and the rest of them were like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Before we just move into the actual episode, my last couple notes are this season is reminding me of Australian Survivor 2016, this first season of the reboot Australian Survivor, and there was a player named Lee Carseldine who was basically the Joe of his season. Who
Fun fact! Have I told you the fun fact about Lee?
No.
So I followed Lee for some reason. Like, I saw something on Instagram, I like followed him, and he followed me back, which I just took as like, oh, he like got a follow and like hit, like didn't think anything of it. But there have been times that he has like specifically liked random posts of mine, and I'm like, does Australian Survivor Lee like me? Like, does he think I'm cool?
Yeah, no, I like Lee, but he was someone who played the Joe game, made it to the end, and then he didn't own it, and people got pissed, and like that was kind of the Lee game. And then the opposite side of the coin I was going to bring up, I wonder how people would react to like Survivor Palau now with like Tom Westman.
Right.
And like people would not, I swear people would not like that Tom is just dominating. Ian's like the two of them are just dominating, and then Tom is going to dominate at the very end and have this whole like thing like berating Ian at the end of the game to get him to lose the game. I don't think people would take too kindly to that now. And to me, like, I like Palau because some of that stuff is intriguing. The whole Stephanie and Ulan storyline is intriguing, but I'm sure people nowadays would for some reason call that boring. So
yeah, I mean, so spoiler, I will be on the Survivor 1 through 50 Pearl Islands episode.
Yes.
So I rewatched Pearl Islands, and like there are power shifts in that season, which is how Sandra gets to the end. Like, go Sandra.
Yes.
So like I do like there are old school seasons, right? Marquesas, right, where like that group comes together and forms the new alliance to take over at 9, right? Like there are power shifts in old school seasons, but old school seasons are like this, where like a couple of people, right, like have this loyalty to each other, and they work together. They work together until the end. And like we've been saying we want old school type of seasons. We like, if you don't give everyone an idol, right, like you're not handing out idols left and right, then yeah, it's hard to upset that. Like, so this is what we said we wanted. Like,
yeah, people are going to complain and then complain again, even when they get what they wanted. So,
like I said, I think it's super interesting. Like, we wanted this, we got it. I like it, and I'm just like,
I like it.
What is happening?
I'm a massive Survivor fan, so I watched all the old seasons. So like, I kind of love how this is turning out. But yeah, let's get into the episode because we spent 16-17 minutes talking about everything.
We'll rush through the episode. There's only one challenge. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. So Mary's still on the bottom, obviously. Kyle's struggling with betraying people is like the first main point here in the episode. He has the confessional where he's like, I'm tired of having to hurt people. And I've been in this situation too. I'm kind of the same way, where I don't want to like deliberately take someone out and hurt them. And that's something that I struggle with playing the game too, to be honest. And I love this game, but it's just a whole different thing. You are actually dealing with real people's emotions, dreams, and
like these are people. They're not just chess pieces on the board. They're people with feelings and ideas, and like you feel like you're not listening to their ideas and you're not validating their emotions, and like you want to give them a chance because you feel bad for them, but there's literally no room to give them a chance. Like, yeah, it's hard.
Right. Yeah, and sometimes you give people a chance and they hurt you doing that. So it's like,
exactly.
You know, it's so tough. But so I'm totally on Team Kyle with this mindset. And so, yeah, I mean, we brought it up. We touched on it with, did Kyle and Camilla make the wrong move? I do think unanimous votes in the game are bad for somebody's game. Like, somebody is going to end up hurting themselves by going along with everything.
Somebody in that group is going to be out next, right?
Yeah.
So like, did it benefit you? But then also like with Mitch, like if Mitch is voting outside of that, then that makes him an even bigger target.
Right.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if they want to make a move, why would they make a move with someone who hasn't been working with them and hasn't voted with them and has tried to get them voted out, right? Like, so I mean, there's an argument for it and against it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So then after this, then we do get to the journey, and so Eva does draw the rock to go on the journey, which, as we brought up, it's not rigged. It just happened. But of course, as soon as it happened, I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna get all the fans.
I was already annoyed. I was already annoyed with the fandom when I saw her pick the purple rock.
Yeah, it was gonna happen. We were gonna get the people shouting at their TVs, and oh my god, I can't wait to get to because we talked about this with Kristen. We laughed about it in our mod chat for Vanquish. But so we get to the journey challenge, and they have to place wooden tiles on a spinning platform. 4 levels. Eva gets to keep her vote, and 8 she gets the knowledge is power. She can choose to opt out once she gets to 4. So Eva keeps her vote, starts going for the knowledge is power, and is like, you know what, I don't need to risk it because my alliance needs me. And then basically she knocks the tower down after finishing, and yikes. This is where the fandom got pissed off because they say that Eva finished before, or she knocked her tower down before the time ran out, and just like, before the time ran out. So this is where just like I don't understand the fandom. There was one comment that Kristen and I found hilarious where someone posted in the group, the admins let it through, that they wrote a petition to CBS or something, wrote a comment to CBS.
I laughed at that.
Yeah, where they need to have legal ramifications for Eva or whatever it was because she kicked her puzzle down and you know, she didn't get CBS didn't have
my eyes can't roll back far enough in my head, right? Because here's the thing, we don't see them because they have good camera people who make sure that we don't see them. There are producers right there who are making sure rules are followed. Like, there are probably times that, you know, she asks a question like, should I do this? Can I do, like, am I allowed to do this? Right? Like, and we know that sometimes there are unspoken rules to some of these challenges, right? Like, we get a condensed version of the rules. So you know there's someone standing right there. So if she says, I got the 4 levels, I'm not going to go for anymore. I put the 2 up, I'm not going to go for them. And they say, okay, yeah, sure, it's fine. Like, we're not going to make you just sit here and stare at it for however many more minutes. Like, sure, you're good. You really don't want to go for it. Okay, deal. Like, and it's that simple. And like, these people think that it's some kind of like huge conspiracy, that it's like, oh, like there is a production person right there who told her this was okay. That's why she did it.
The production person doesn't need to say everything every single time. Most of the time they should not. It's
right.
To keep the, I guess, realism as much as real as you can make this, of like, right, okay, they are on an island just with themselves and we don't need them to,
right, like we've seen it happen a couple of times where we hear the producer ask the question in the confessional, right? Like, they're right there.
Right. Yeah.
You think that there was a producer standing right there who just let her cheat? Because there is a chance that the producer is sitting right there and the producer says, no, you have to sit here and wait the timer out, because what if a strong gust of wind comes and knocks it over? Right? Like, there's a chance that they say that. So like, the producer's right there and they said it was okay. So she left. Like, end of story. She didn't even get anything out of it. Like,
she just kept her vote.
She kept her vote, which didn't matter because it ended up being unanimous.
Yeah, I don't know why people are in such a tizzy over this, but again, fits their narrative of hating Joe and Eva for whatever reason.
Right.
Yeah, I just think it's stuff that because Joe looks like he's stronger than everybody else who's watching, and Eva's Eva's autism makes her different from everybody else, so people just hate on the differences, as I said. So
it's so frustrating that they really just don't give her the credit for her being as smart as she is to like very quickly sniff out Joe, and like a little bit lucky too that like who she ended up with, who she got like on a tribe with, but like that she immediately sniffed out Joe and like I can trust Joe, and they build that bond from the beginning. Like, good for her for figuring that out, for like knowing her own weaknesses coming into the game and finding a partner to work with her and those difficulties, right? Like that's good playing. That's good Survivor.
This episode is just going to be full of us ranting the entire time. There's so much happening with the fan community and whatnot that we needed to spend this episode ranting. So
it's fine. They're all gonna be mad at me, and I don't care.
They're gonna be mad at both of us, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So after this happens, we get to the immunity and reward challenge. This is the wheelbarrow with the vases, and then you get to the arch puzzle of Unforgettable. And it comes down to Joe and Camilla. Joe accidentally puts the wrong symbol color, which costs him the challenge, and Camilla gets it right after him. So Camilla wins immunity.
I love Camilla, as you may know if you've been watching episode by episode. I love Camilla. I was so like frustrated for her because I could see that Joe was just like slightly ahead, and she was so close. She almost had it the first time, then she dropped it, and like I was so like no. And then when Jeff was like, "No, I made a mistake," I was like, "Yes, Camilla!" I love Camilla, so I was very happy to see that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Also, reference to your Pearl Islands rewatch. This is the second time.
This is the second time. This is only the second time that Jeff has made a mistake on his call and had to go back. At least, I think there might be another time in there somewhere.
Well, there probably is another time, but I just remembered because he brought up Pearl Islands, Burton and Dara, because Burton had it stripped from him because he misspelled liaison. So, so that has happened. And then it started Dara's immunity streak. So
little tiny Dara.
We get to talk about that in a week or so. So
yeah. But yeah, like I was very excited for Camilla watching it. It was, I think, like, have they done this challenge before? I don't remember them having to go over a balance beam with a wheelbarrow with vases. Like, they've never had to do their own individual arch puzzle before, right? Like,
I think the arch puzzle might have been done. I think Drew and Dee and Austin in 45, they did it, but they did the arch puzzle, but not the wheelbarrow part. The wheelbarrow part was really new, but I remember like the individual arch puzzle was, I think.
I don't remember that. Although I don't love 45.
Yeah,
I think he's a great winner, but I don't love 45, so I don't remember the details of 45. No, because the last time I remember the arch puzzle was in 46 when
Bonu's screaming at Jess, yeah.
which was just there so that they could regret voting Jelinski out because he was tall, so he could have helped.
You're rigging. It was rigged from the start.
So yeah, like I again, like, ooh, it's the same challenges. Listen, we didn't get that stupid giant ball half dug into the ground for Earn the Merge. It is not all the same challenges. We didn't get the tree puzzle again. It's not all the same challenges.
Yeah, they switched it up. They learned their lesson from Carson gaming all the puzzles in 44. Like, they switched it up since then. So like I hate that complaint now because they did actually see it was wrong. I mean, that's something for the evolution of Survivor. 44 did change the game in terms of some rule changes.
Yes.
So, yes, so Camilla does take Mitch and Eva for sushi. And again, this is another complaint for Eva.
Why does Eva get to go again? Because Eva is such a dominant player that you want to be on her good side. And, like, you also don't want to leave Joe and Eva together. Like, I don't want to leave Joe and Eva alone together to go be mad at me and strategize against me when I'm not there, right? Like, taking one of them is an obvious choice, and Joe doesn't need the extra fuel. Like, let that man wither away some more, because he's already too good at these challenges in the first place. So, like, yeah, bring Eva. Like, I don't understand.
Again.
I would have brought, like, you're kissing up to the people who are in charge. You are splitting up the duo so they can't strategize against you. You're keeping them, like, imagine if Joe and Eva are both mad at Camilla, and they're sitting on the beach being mad at Camilla, and they know they can't do anything this round because she has immunity. You don't want that to happen, because then they're just waiting for you to not have immunity. So, no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. It's, again, just more people complaining about Eva. So, anyway, we'll move on. So they get sushi, and we are now back at camp, and Mary goes full Russell Hantz. She she says, "I'm going Russell Hantz and I'm going to cause chaos." And so she tells Joe she is voting for him. Mary's funny, but why would you go up to Joe and just immediately just be like, "Okay, Joe, I'm voting for you"? Like,
right. I mean, at that point, so the thing is that to us it seems crazy, because the edit has been good and is hiding that she was very clearly going to be voted out. And so, like, she's been in this position before. She's been at the bottom before. That's how she got herself saved when she didn't have an idol, right? And she did correctly play her shot in the dark, right? Like, and like, Say wasn't talking to her, and she just caused some chaos. So this is like, okay, I got to cause some chaos and, like, hope for something, right? So, like, get Joe to lose his mind that he's going to get a vote. And, like, it started to work, because he was like, what do? I need to throw a vote on somebody else. And, like,
it did.
I need to throw a vote on somebody else just in case she has an idol, right? Like, it started to work. And if it wasn't for Shaheen and Kyle to be like, don't do it, which, again, I have been in that position. Like, I'm like, I'm getting the person's vote who's getting voted out, right? Like, I know that they are voting for me. I might even be getting one of their allies' votes.
Right.
That's going to be 2 votes. Like, there's definitely one, possibly 2 votes on me. Like, do I need to spread votes out and make sure someone else is also getting votes in case they play an idol? Like, and it is very, like, if I do that, now I've alienated another person who isn't going to be voted out. And I've now, like, made myself a bigger target. And, like, splintered my alliance. Like, but does any of that matter if they have an idol and I get voted out? So, like, it is a very, like, stressful position to be in. I made the same decision as Joe, and it worked out for me. Just as I think for now, it's working for Joe, right? Like, everyone's like, yeah, okay, Joe's with us.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, Mary was probably already going home anyways. So they're just, again, like you said, trying to hide the fact that it's so obvious. So I guess it's not really a big mistake. She was already a target, so it didn't really matter. All right. So yes, we get to tribal council, and despite Joe being targeted, Mary is unanimously voted out 6-1. And we get the big moment of poor sweet David standing up out of respect for Mary.
So listen, David, again, I believe, is the only one who's actually all about the honesty and integrity. Yeah. Mary is the only person who kept their word to him. So he's a very bitter juror, and he's now, like, paying his respect to the one person who had his back. And this is, like, very doofusy behavior. He's been very doofusy all season. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is the character that he has been. Yes, he did something silly, and, like, I laughed at him. I said one of the chats, like, sit back down. But, like, people are angry, and I'm like, why are you angry?
What, that he stood up?
Yes, like, oh, I hate him. He's such a jerk. I hate him so much. Like, this is the chaos that you all want.
Yeah.
So why are you mad at it?
See, again, I said in my short as well, people could not take villains. You could not get Russell Hantz. You could not get Scott Pollard and Jason. You could not get a lot of, like, other
Johnny Fairplay.
Yeah, you could not get Fairplay. You could not get Rob Cesternino. I guarantee Cesternino would be getting hate. Boston Rob, you could not get. Like, you could not get these villains nowadays because people would just complain. Like, and they would bitch and say, oh my God, this person is awful for playing the game.
Right. I think Joe and Eva are really good at the game, and like, I'm sorry that they're obviously good at it, and you want an underdog to do well. The underdogs are the underdogs for a reason, and the underdogs don't always win.
Yeah. It's insane. I really would like, I don't know, part of me is like, going through 1 through 50, we should keep track from now on of like who would be America's least favorite now because they've been playing the game. like the casual least favorite.
Oh, they would hate Johnny Fairplay. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Grandma dying.
And he would love it.
Right. And he would be very happy to find out that they hated him. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then there'd be people claiming some of the people that are villainous that are good at the game, that they're not actually that good. If they didn't win, like, I see people constantly say that about like King George, and it's like, oh, he's not good because he didn't win. You can be good at the game and not win it.
I don't want to talk to those people.
Yeah. I think we've ranted enough. We spent 35 minutes ranting. All right. Week 11 draft check-in. So Cam has lost Mary. So Cam is now down to just Shaheen.
But like, Shaheen is a solid player to have left.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Cam's still doing it. We could end up with each of the 4 of us having one person in the finale again.
Right.
And hopefully Sarah goes up first.
Right. I do think that the strongest chances to win are Shaheen and Kyle, because I think that they are the ones who will make the last minute move.
Yeah, I can see it. I know the edit is kind of, part of it is also propping up Joe a little bit. I don't know. I could still see Joe edging it out, but I can also see what you're saying is that a last minute move will get made, and we could end up with Shaheen or Kyle. I do see that.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, if we start to talk about predictions for next week, like,
yeah, let's go into it.
Yeah, I feel like there is a chance. Like, so here's the thing: the problem with Kyle not flipping here is that this puts Camilla, his number 1, in a very precarious position if Mitch wins immunity, right? Because she's now going to be the person on the outs. So I think that there is a chance that he has to do something. He can't just vote out Mitch at the next vote, because, you know, like, that puts Camilla in too difficult of a position. I don't think they're both going to make the finals, unfortunately, because they even said this episode, if one of us makes it, and I'm like, yeah, because only one of you was going to make it.
Right.
But like, I think he realizes, like, okay, I've got to make the move soon. I could see, I mean, Mitch would have to not win immunity, and Camilla would have to not win immunity, and yeah, I mean, it depends. I could see it being 3-2-1 because it's supposed to be a 2-2-2, and I could see Kyle flipping. Eva has been so confident, and this Kyle Camilla duo has been so good at staying secret that, like, I feel like something has to come from that. If not the next episode, then at Final 5.
Yeah, I could see either something crazy happening, or it is going to be Mitch at 6, and then possibly, you know, something happens at 5. But I mean, Camilla and Kyle are both throwing Shaheen under the bus, it looks like, next week. So I don't know. I mean, if this move happens, I wonder if the fans next week are going to be like, oh my God, a move got made. This season automatically goes up all of a sudden.
Right. I could also see that blowing up in their faces. Which is entirely possible. But yeah, I think just like numbers wise, I think that they do see that, like, like, Camilla could be in trouble here. like we have to do something to protect her. We can't just bank on going after Mitch. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
And like I like every single person left. I also I liked every single person in this episode, and I think every single person left has a story to tell if they make it to the end of why they deserve it. I do think like people getting so mad at Mitch was never in the majority, guys. He was never in a position to be making pound. He was BFFs with Charity.
Right.
Do you
He was
remember?
on the bottom since
So
final
like he's been at the bottom. He was at the bottom of that original Orange Tribe. If they all went,
Oh, Bianca, yeah, because so final 14, he's been on the bottom since then.
yeah, like Bianca was with Thomas. She was on the Purple Tribe. It was Chrissy, David, Kyle, Kyle, Camilla.
I thought you were talking about the swap tribe where they took out Bianca and Mitch didn't know about it.
Right. No, so like, yeah, again, and there he was left out of that. Like they didn't tell him. So like Mitch has always been on the outside. So like his story is not that he missed opportunities to make moves. It's that he has like snuck his way by and like should have been voted out weeks ago, and he is somehow still here. Like, and I think it's a great story. Like, and he's like, I think he's a great person. Like, I like Mitch. So
yeah, I do too. I don't like, to me, for people to say, oh, like this hasn't been a great edit and like people have been purpled, and it's like, no, they haven't. I'm confused about what show you're watching.
Right. Like what do you mean?
This
like,
isn't
when like Purple Kelly, the reason it's a purple edit is because of Purple Kelly from Nicaragua. Purple Kelly was so invisible throughout the whole thing. Her alliance forgot to tell her who they were voting for. Like invisible. Did not speak.
4 to 6 confessionals the entire season in 11 episodes.
Right. So like it was just left out of everything. So like her quitting is, I'm not even mad at her quitting because like at that point I would too. Why are you even here freezing to death every night? It's fine. Go warm up.
Gave her a bikini.
But like that's where Purple comes from. Right?
Yeah.
And so none of these people are getting that edit. None of these people are that invisible. Like they are all playing. Some of them may be playing safer than you would like, but they're all playing and we're seeing all of them play. So I don't understand. Do you understand what a purple edit is? Do you, when you say that there are purple edits, do you know what that means? Or is this like Jake, you don't watch Big Brother, you don't know this, but this is like when Rachel like messed up the definition of a floater. Like floaters better grab a life vest, Kristen. Like, but like that wasn't what floating was, but it like redefined floater. Like this is like that to me of like, when did this get redefined to mean something else? Because this is not what a purple edit is.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think we've ranted long enough on this episode for 41 minutes, 42 minutes. So, but yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. And that's another discussion point for 1 through 50 when we get to the introduction of the purple edits. So
yeah, there's some really good things in that season, but woo, there's some problems in there.
I mean, technically, we've already brought them up because we talked on Marquesas about the purple edits, because that's really the first season where we get some invisible players.
True.
So.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I genuinely, like, you can go back and watch all of this season. I have enjoyed this season the entire time. I've never understood. Still do not understand. I understand that this is not the most exciting season, but I don't understand hating it. Like, I think it's great.
Yeah, I was talking to Joe earlier, and me and the Chaos Gremlin, and we're talking about, I think we came to a mutual understanding. It's like, I'm going, like, I'd probably rank this as a middle of the road season right now, like not too high, but not.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't put this in like the top 10, right?
Or top 20. Like I would have this in the 20s, maybe even 30s, but I still enjoy stuff that's seasons that are in like the 30s to an extent.
Yeah, I'd have to look back at my list, but like, yeah, like I'm thinking if you're like, okay, so there's 48 seasons. It's basically like 3 groups of 16,
Yeah.
right? Got like the top third, the bottom third, and then you got the middle third. I would put this in the middle third, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's not like off the charts great, but it's good. I like the people. I like watching them play, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And Joe said, people are either going to have this as one of the worst, he had it as one of the worst, or people are going to like it and have it middle of the road. And so I said, yeah, that's pretty accurate as to what's happening right now. But so I think like we had a good conversation about that. I understand where some of the thoughts are with like, okay, I mean, I know we've ranted about this, but I understand that maybe people don't like it being so predictable, but as you and I have said, this is how old school Survivor used to be. So,
and it is predictable, but like I said, it's predictable in that like I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, it makes no sense for Mary to go, right? Like it makes no sense for Mitch to go next. But I also am seeing all of these players question it and doubt it in such a way that when it comes time for the votes to be read, I'm not 100% sure as those votes are coming in, right? Like I wasn't sure. Like to me, it was Mary, Joe, Mary. I'm like, there's a chance the other 3 votes all say Joe, right? Like there's a chance that that's what happened. Like same thing with Star. Like there's a chance that the rest of those votes don't say Star, right? Like
yeah.
So, like, yes, it's predictable in that like it made the most sense for Mary to go next, and Mary did go next. But like, as I'm watching the episode, I'm super interested in it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I think we had a very fun episode of us ranting. So like, comment, share, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Comment. Is this your least favorite? Your middle of the road? Your favorite? Where would you put this in the new era? Where would you put this overall? I think new era wise, I think this is good. I think overall, it's fine. Because I think the new era has had some way bigger problems than this.
Yeah, let's just say I agree with some flaws in this. I don't think I don't like production's fascination with everybody losing their votes. I don't think any of us like that. So do not worry. I don't think this season is anywhere near perfect. So
right.
But yeah, let us know what you think and tell us why you think we're wrong, I guess.
Apparently everyone thinks we're wrong, Jake. So
yeah,
you got to be prepared.
Yeah. Everybody thinks we're wrong, so we're like the pariahs of the Survivor community. So, but yeah, and we will see you next week for episode 12 of Survivor 48 on the Tribe of Nerds.
Fuck you, Sarah.